Hey, DOT community. This is a special edition of the Bo and Zalon or Zalon and Bo show. How we doing today, Bo?
Yeah, we just figured out we don't have a name for these special edition videos. So
No, exactly. So I guess it could go either way. But anyway, what we have today in this special edition is the question and answer session that happened
right, with Korey,
with Korey. Yes.
Korey, who is the executive producer of Dawn of Titans. Now, that's pretty high up on the chain there as far as Dawn of Titans goes. So this is basically straight from the horse's mouth, as I would say.
Yeah, and we did get an opportunity to talk to Corey as well, myself and you, during a Skype call. So it was nice to see Corey addressing everybody in the community.
Yeah, so they took questions from the live stream and he answered. Actually, picked out some pretty good questions. I thought
Exactly.
relevant questions. It wasn't like softball fluff questions like "What's your favorite Titan?" It was real things. So
Exactly.
I
And
was glad to see that.
we're going to go through those questions right now to
That's
say
right.
to analyze it a little bit and actually find out really what was Corey really saying. So,
Yeah, what did Korey really mean
yeah,
when he
exactly.
said relic fusion?
Yes.
Yeah. So
So,
that was the first question. That was the first question was, are you planning to fix relic fusion, or forging, as it may? I like the fact that he did indicate that they were actively working on making a change to the way that the relic forging system works. He didn't give a timetable, but he did say they're actively working on it, and that the first step is the adding of the favoriting that they revealed last week. So that's kind of the first step. I know that's been a huge complaint about. It's just I've been working. I've got that 5-star legendary relic, and I've almost solely been working on that item with the forging, and I'm at level 3 since, and that was
wow,
it since
yeah.
the end of Throne Wars. So, yeah, it's a little
I'm only
tough.
at two. I'm at level two on both of mine, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, yeah. So, as far as Corey, if you're listening to this, let's give relics an XP and just allow us to fill up the bar, and then when the bar gets full, it moves to the next level. Whatever you guys happen to decide, ever how many 1-star relics we need to put in to make it go to the next level. Let's just do that. Zon, you got any suggestions on how to fix relic forging?
I mean, I believe that that would be one of the best ways about going to do something like that. Would be exactly what you said, where a bar, just like how you just saw me, I had to do a quick fusion for my daily, and I just fused a couple 1 stars into my low level Matano. And as you see, I just put some very basic Titans, 1 stars directly into a 4-star Titan. And even though, because he's so low level, obviously, it goes up pretty fast. But for relics, if you make it so that you have to put a whole crap ton of 1 stars in, then it's going to make it so that it will. All right, fine. It takes 20, 30, 40, even 50 1 star relics to get a 4 star from, level 8 to level 9 or a level 8, 9 to level 10. Like, I understand that they're not supposed to
Yeah.
be able to max out very easily, but
Yes.
it would still make me feel a lot better if if I knew my relics, all the hundreds, and I mean hundreds that I have put in are actually going to something. So,
Literally hundreds. And I think the key there is that we can see the progression. And we don't feel like our food is being wasted on a roll of the dice. I think
exactly.
that's the biggest thing. Um,
Exactly.
so that's. I mean, if I was designing it, that's the way I would do it. But that's just me. It's not my game. So Corey, you guys, you do you, but that's what we think.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the next question was, will Titans be able to earn experience on defense? Which I thought was an awesome question. And if you watch their video, you can kind of see Korey's whole face just lights up when he answers this question, which tells me that he really likes this idea
Yes.
too. So I believe that that's something that they probably will do at some point in the future, but he didn't give a timetable on that. So, but I do believe that our Titans on defense, whether it's garrison defense or land defense, if they defend, they're doing something. They should earn experience points. That's the whole point of having XP. If they're sitting in the hall not doing anything, then obviously they're not earning experience. But if you've got them on a land and they're doing stuff, they should be earning XP, I believe. And that'll help with the overall thing of it's hard to level up Titans.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is another one of the big complaints there. And you can even make it to where if it's a successful defense, they get more experience points than if it's not, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. So, but yeah, it seemed to me that Korey really liked that idea. What do you think, Zalon?
I thought it was interesting too. I never really had it very high on as an idea on my list of things, but it's definitely something that would be very rewarding for defense, being that for the most part, defense is rarely. I mean, for me, on lands they almost never happen. On my garrison, I get them periodically, so it would be nice to be able to get some sort of bonus for that actually happening because it is. And here I'll show. There's one. There's another one down here. Yeah. So I mean, when they do happen, they are. It would be nice to get something for it.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to see green in your battle log, but we expect our defenses not to work. So if we were able to get something for the fact that we had a defense, that would be awesome.
Exactly.
All right. So the next question, which was asked by a Gray. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It says, when will lightning become more relevant? Obviously, that is we've had lightning in the game since day one, right? And lightning resist has been in the game since day one, but there will really, other than the lightning spell, there was no lightning. And then they changed the Vikings. The Viking Titans, like Arvan and Grimvald, and those guys, to lightning damage, which made lightning a little bit useful. But what Korey said was that they have lots of plans for the lightning element, and he actually gave us a time frame. He said throughout this year. So I believe that's the first time we were given a time frame for lightning.
Exactly.
Usually it's always been we're looking at it, but this time he said, that not only do they have more lightning titans coming, but they also have some additional things that they're planning on doing with lightning. So was encouraged by that. I do have a couple of lightning relics that I don't use a whole lot right now, and my lightning Grimvald, he's sitting there. He's level 15 or so.
Yeah.
So whenever lightning becomes a thing, hopefully I'll be prepared to jump on that. You don't want to get caught behind the meta,
Yeah, don't want to be behind the meta. But here it is.
Right.
Here's the Storm Shield I have. That's a 4-star lightning resist relic. Here we got some Thunder's Grasp. Another 4-star lightning relic, and I think there's something else, isn't there?
Yep, and I think if they make lightning a thing, it's like an actual thing that you need to be worried about, then that lets us, that kind of brings balance to the whole offensive defense, because there are some garrisons out there that have 100% resist to all elements, just because of the Titan and the relics. Well, that's 100% resist except for lightning.
Yeah, it's
because
the except
nobody's
for
really
lightning.
doing that.
Yes, exactly.
If lightning becomes relevant, then those garrisons then become a valid target.
Exactly.
So I think that would be a good thing. Anything else on lightning? We want a lightning. Besides the fact that we want a lightning ranger.
Yeah, besides that being like the most, asked for possible thing. But see, the thing is though, my prediction with lightning and how it's going to work is going to be more with the Panthers not being the most OP unit in the game anymore. I think whatever the new troop that is brought in with lightning, because I think that's and more things to do with lightning. I really think that's what that meant. I think it had to deal with troops that are going to be introduced to the game that are going to be lightning, and those troops are going to become the newest meta OP in the game, and Panthers will now have to take a back seat. So,
I mean, we like a meta change every so often.
hmm
So yes, I do like the fact that lightning might actually become that.
yeah, I think it will become the new meta for troops, and I believe that that will also make the new lightning the not just a lightning ranger, but the new lightning titans to be more
Yeah,
uh, desirable because they will also some of them will buff lightning troops, and that'll also be very desirable. So,
yeah, exactly. Yep,
because
I agree. I agree.
what titans buff lightning troops right now? I mean,
Well, we don't have any that buff lightning troops, but we have the orb that
yes,
gives lightning damage to troops, but we have no troops, so that'll fill out that. There's kind of like a hole,
yep,
in the puzzle, and then that would fill out that puzzle.
exactly, exactly.
So, all right. Okay, so next question. What are you guys doing about hackers? Which I was glad that was asked. We all get frustrated, but people we see that, and we know they are. We know that they're player level 10 and they got a castle level 25. Well, we know that that is a hacker. So Korey kind of explained the way that they approach allegations of cheating in the game, and that is they use all of their tools, their back end tools, to determine. They actually take a look. It's not like they do have a. Remember they got the auto ban thing because you remember
hmm
Matt got banned on the stream one time.
Yeah, I do remember that.
But when they actually take the act, when they actually go to ban someone, they're physically looking at their account to determine, is this person cheating or is this person using an exploit or a glitch of some sort, and then they do the ban then. So what he said was that they're looking for people that are acting against good faith. So that's actually pretty good there. They said they're trying to be fair. They got lots of ways to figure that out. So it may take longer. He said it may take longer than people would want, but they feel they need to be fair to everyone and know for sure yes it's a cheater or no it's not. So, all right. Next question, which I thought was awesome. Is are there going to be new battlefield environments? That was was something that I hadn't quite thought about. And what he talked about
Me
was having
neither.
lands that were like a lava land or a land that had a poison swamp. And you can see that, you can have like ice mountains and, you can have a lightning land with that's in the middle of a storm or something. And then he said if you put a titan of that damage type on the land, you get a little bit more, so that the environment, the land itself, causes damage, which is pretty cool.
Yes,
And then
or enhances the
and then
damage. Yeah.
possibly maybe you could have, if it's a lava land and you take fire troops with you, then it doesn't cause as much damage because those troops are in their element, right? Or maybe they do the opposite. Maybe if it's a lava land, you want to take ice troops because there's some natural resistance there between fire and ice, right? So,
Correct.
but that's interesting. And he said this is one of those where he didn't give it a time frame. Just said that's something that they'll consider as the game evolves.
Yeah.
which but that would be pretty cool. They did the short, video of what's it take to make a land, where they went through the process of how a map gets created in the game.
Yes, that was something that I always was asking for in the streams, and Matt brought forward that video. I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So, would love to see some. I'd love to see the land of each element type. I'm not sure what they would do for physical, but maybe just make all of the lands that we currently have are physical, and then the new ones are the fire and the ice and the poison and the lightning and the earth.
Yeah.
So something like that. But that's cool. That's cool. All right. So next question was about Throne Wars. What's going on with Throne Wars? What Korey said was that the Throne Wars, the testing that when Zalon, you and I were involved in the play test of the original Throne Wars before it released the first time.
Correct.
And they're not just you and I. There were actually, what do you think? Probably about 30 or so players, somewhere between 30 and 50 players that were involved in that, but we were spread out amongst several alliances.
Mm-hmm.
And we weren't able to simulate the actual load on the server. So when it released globally, we basically shut their system down because everybody was playing, and it was insane. It was a lot of fun, but unfortunately we broke it, and they had to stop it early. So what he said was they're looking at a beta program that they've been talking about for a while, and that way you can choose to be part of the beta program and go in, and that would live alongside your regular game. So it's like basically two separate games, and one's you log into the beta game and you go do whatever they're doing in beta, and then if you want to play the real game, you just go back to the regular game.
Correct. So unlike the last time we had a beta test, because we were locked, with the accounts that I was using was locked out of being able to participate. Yeah. You remember? So
yeah. So that's something that they're looking at. But he said they're being very methodical in the way that they go about doing this, because they don't want to bring it back before it's ready, which is a good thing. But that the beta should be available soon. That's what he said. So
yes,
I got a soon on that. So that's interesting. Maybe that'll let us, give us a chance to see some of the new stuff before it actually hits the live game. And because as developers of software can envision a lot of things, but the problem with developers is they develop one feature that they intend for it to be used this way, and it's impossible for them to think of all of the ways that it could possibly be used. So you get into these use cases that they didn't know about, and now they got to figure out, well, we didn't account for that because we didn't think anybody would ever do that,
Exactly.
So having the beta allows them to, try stuff like that out. So it's very cool. All right, I had a couple more questions here. How was DOT started? Which I thought was interesting. He said it was developed as a tech demo designed to show the capabilities of mobile devices and how many troops can you have on the screen at one time for a mobile device. Mm. He said, and then from there it evolved into like a medieval war game. And the Titans didn't come on till later. So I guess it was Dawn of Troops to begin with, right?
Correct.
Because there's no Titans, so it's just Dawn of Troops, and you had thousands of troops running around. And then the Titans evolved as somebody to be leading the troops. So I thought that was very cool. So this game that we've been playing for a year was never actually intended to be an actual game. It was just a technical demo for some coding software, back end stuff that they were working on. So it was very, very interesting. And then the question was, will there be a sequel for Dawn of Titans? Which Dawn of Titans 2, maybe. I don't know. He said that that would be exciting to do. It would be fantastic, but as of right now, there are no plans because we're still playing the first one.
Yeah, he said that they're
Yeah,
concentrating on working on stuff now for next year
yep,
and for years to come. So
yeah.
they don't seem to have any kind of plans on stopping the current content for the current game.
No,
Because to
no. He
be
said
honest with you,
they
you
were
could just
committed
release
to
a
evolving Dawn of Titans for years.
yeah, you could just
So
release Dawn of Titans 2.0, and that's basically like saying a new game, but a whole new version. I mean, that still
yeah,
doesn't mean that it's a different, you know what I mean? It doesn't technically it's not a new game, but when they get to a point where they decide to slap a 2.0 version onto it, it's basically will be that.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So, and if you remember, we talked about this on one of our shows a few months ago
mhm.
about the interview that the Dawn of Titans guys did with whatever tech magazine it was, where they talked about Dawn of Titans uh, moving in natural motion, moving to what they call greenfield games, which are games that continue to live beyond just the first year, because you see a lot of games that come out and everybody plays them, and then after a year they're dead
Yeah.
because there were never any plans for them to have any development past this point in time.
Correct. They're
But
called evergreen games, yeah.
evergreen games, that's it,
Yeah.
evergreen. So Dawn of Titans is being developed as an evergreen game, so that it just continues to live, and they keep developing and making improvements, and so the expectation is 3 or 4 years from now, Zalon and I are still yakking on YouTube about Dawn of Titans and how awesome it is, right?
Yeah.
So
Or how things need to be changed. You know, we don't
oh yeah,
always
or
we
how hard it is to. No, they said they were going to fix relics, so we can't talk about that.
yeah, or how
um
hard it is to
so
level Titans. So yeah, I mean, we can't say that we're always super positive. Can't because some people are like, how come you don't say anything? You know, well, there are issues, but to be honest, we
oh
are
yeah,
enjoying the
yeah,
game, so that's the overall best part of everything. So,
yeah. Well, we could probably complain about the fact that we still don't have mage Titans.
oh yeah, that's
um,
right. Well, don't bring that up to Agray. Just the fact that lightning's coming is all I care. All right, so
yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna have to
yeah.
wrap this one
So
up. So I hope everybody enjoyed our in depth analysis of the questions with Korey. And you have anything else to say, Bo?
no, I just want to thank Korey and all the guys at Natural Motion for doing that. It really helps when we have communication from the developers to the community.
Correct. All right. So for all the non-toxic YouTubers, I am Zalon,
And I am Bo.
and we're signing off.